Good morning. So I just woke up and it's time to remove these face tapes.
I tape my face 3 times a week instead of getting Botox.
And what I do is I grab my rose water and I make sure that I really mist my face super well. Like really well. So that I'm not pulling on the skin so much. So I hold it up here and then loosen up the edges of the tape first. Get my hand here so that I'm flattening out the skin as I'm pulling off the tape, so it's not like a ripping off a band-aid or a waxing type of sensation. And I've had these on all night. Now we'll do the forehead, same thing. And you can see everything just looks a lot more lifted. And it feels a lot more lifted too. Like I literally feel like everything has been pulled up. And then we just focus on hydration. So the next thing that I'll do is I'll spray this again. And then I may proceed with my regular skincare routine. So what I like to do is in the morning, I just wash my face. I don't use anything. I literally just use water. I'm not using cleanser. And then I move on to my next steps. I'm not going to do that right now, but what I will do is I will use my ice roller. So I will come back and show you how that works. Close up. And you can see that the lines of my forehead have been faded around the mouth too. I've even done tape underneath the eyes before and on the jawline. Just depends what I'm feeling like. But these are the 2 areas that I find I personally, for my own liking and preferences, I can't believe how much I've changed like around my mouth and my nasolabial folds. Like it's really, it used to be so deep, like from stress and cortisol and all of those things. Stress and cortisol is the same thing. But especially when I turn to the side, it's not like a deep line anymore. Here you can see still, like with the sun, obviously you get more shadow over here. But this used to be much more prominent. And for my age, being in my 20s, I don't want it to be prominent. I'm so happy that I don't have to go and get Botox. Obviously, no one has to get anything done, but for what I do, being in front of cameras, being in front of a lot of people, like teaching or being on a stage or on a runway or any of that, yeah, I don't know what I'm saying. I just woke up. I'll be back less tired, and I'll be a little more coherent to talk about this. Okay, I'm back. I'm a little bit freshened up. I have rinsed my face with some water and done my hair, which I'm actually gonna just get out of the way. And now I'm gonna roll my face with some ice roller. So there's a specific way that you want to do this. You want to work with the lymphatic system. So you actually want to start off right underneath the ear, going down the sides of the neck, opening up the lymphatic system, getting right in there. And you can put a little bit of pressure, but you want to do light pressure, because if you do too much pressure with an ice roller or with a gua sha, it can actually cause you to burst a blood vessel, which I've had happen before, and it's really bad for your system and it looks pretty awful. So we start off there, then we go along the jaw And you can even move your mouth a little bit, get a little bit more of that firmness going along the jaw. And I'm just going to show you one side of my face. Now I'm getting underneath the cheekbones. And I actually really like to do this outside. Some days are better to do this outside than others. Like, you don't want to do this after like something a little bit more invasive on your face and go outside and do it. You want to do this when you're using more gentle skincare. So look at that. Look at the difference already. One side versus the other. And then we move under the eyes, which this is the best part for waking up and for depuffing. And I go up and down a little bit here too. And then away. And then we go up here around the brow. Up and down. And look at that difference. I'm going to do the other side and then I will come back to you. And then to finish off, I just go down my neck and maybe a little bit on my décolleté, especially if it's a hot day like it is today. Close up of the face of my skin as is. So again, nothing on it, just a splash of water and the ice roller. And now we can get into what I do for summer skincare. So 3 things. Very, very simple 3 things. Vitamin C. And vitamin C is especially good in terms of evening your skin tone. And you can see that in terms of application, I'm applying it the same way, in the same way that I rolled my face with the ice roller. Vitamin C has actually been especially great in terms of like dark spots or freckles around my mouth. I used to have a lot more freckles around my mouth that have faded because of this. And then I use my Anua niacinamide serum. And the reason why we use a niacinamide is because it strengthens the skin barrier so that it retains more moisture. And this is extremely important because we want the products that we use, especially in the summer, to be hydrating for the skin. And this stuff has been so incredible for texture, for even skin tone, and for texture. Same thing in terms of application. And my last step in terms of my face is my Neutrogena Ultra Sheer Moisturizing Face Serum Sunscreen SPF 50. Please do not forget your sunscreen. In the summer months, I wear SPF all year round. What I like about this is that it really is sheer and it's sweat and water resistant. So this is really amazing. And yes, you do want to get on your eyelids as well, because there are cases of doctors who cut skin cancer out of people's skin, including the eyelids, which is something that is super freaky. So don't forget your eyelids, and don't forget to drag it down to your neck and chest area and your hands. I was looking at a video of Cher the other day, and I was looking at her hands, and I'm sure she's had things done, but that woman definitely has put SPF on her hands because they look much younger than most 79-year-olds. Also, to top off my SPF care for my face, I like to use this Blistex Ultra Protection SPF 30 on my lips. I don't love the fact that it tastes like sunscreen, obviously, but it is important to protect your lips as well, because they can get burnt. I've experienced that before. And they actually say that if you've had one bad sunburn in childhood, that it increases your risk, I think, up to 3 times of having skin cancer at some point in your life. So do not forget to wear your sunscreen, and do not forget to layer on hydration and moisturizer just in general when it's super hot. So that is for my face and neck and chest. And then in terms of body, when I am going outside, I'm gonna put on my Hawaiian Tropic SPF 50, also water and sweat resistant. I think that's really important in terms of a sunscreen. You wanna make sure that it is water and sweat resistant, because If you are in a place where it's super, super sweaty and hot out and you're being active and you're moving and exercising like me, hello, I'm a fitness instructor, you don't want to sweat off your SPF and have to put it back on all the time. I know they always say to reapply, but I even have heard dermatologists say that they forget to do it. So the best thing that you can do is to put on one that is long lasting. That is what the 50 means. It's 50 minutes that it lasts for. And then you're good. You're good for that hour. And then maybe you reapply or maybe you go back inside. And before I go out, whether I'm wearing makeup or I'm going to be barefaced like I am right now, I like to lock it in with a little extra hydration with this rose water and glycerin spray. And I love the smell of it too. You know me, Aphrodite devotee. And Aphrodite and roses just go hand in hand. Venus energy, Venusian energy. So I hope you learned a lot from this video, and you can check out all these products on my Amazon storefront in the link in bio. And if you like to see more videos like this, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you next time. Stay golden.